guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chiamaka Kewu. In today's video, I'll be talking about reasons why foreign students do not like Indian universities, or not necessarily like, why we do not enjoy Indian universities. If this is your first time seeing my face, thank you so much for coming. Do consider subscribing, and if you're a returning subscriber, all right. So the first reason would be language, the language barrier. Most of the communication in India has to do with their local language. So even in the classrooms, some lecturers would actually lecture you in the local language, which means you get to spend probably 2 hours per course, right? Let's just say 2 hours you spend of your time in a class where you do not understand the language being spoken. When students ask questions, they ask in their local language. When the lecturer responds, he responds in the local language. And it's not all of them though, let's be sincere. Some lecturers actually do speak in English, but some do not understand English. So it's quite difficult, and they feel like, no, it doesn't concern you. And sometimes I tell them, when a student is asking a question, it's not just for that student, it could also be for me, right? Because I'm also a student, so I definitely would learn something from that student's question. And another thing is, it's not as if all of them speak the language, and it's not as if they speak it at all times, but accent is a problem. So I know some of you are watching me right now, and it's quite difficult to pick some things I'm saying. It's not because I am not speaking English, but because of the accent with which I am using to speak the English, right? So it's the same way, even for us as Africans here. Sometimes when one person talks, you do not exactly pick the statement, especially because of the accent with which they are using to speak the language. So how much more a totally different continent, like a different set of people, you are just coming and you're not used to hearing them speak. Note, it will be easier for you to understand what they are saying than for them to understand what you are saying. I do not know why, categorically. I do not know why. Okay, I think I'm going to limit this video to just language, so I'll explain broadly. I'll do another video on other things. So it will be easier for you to understand what you're saying than for them to understand what you are saying. Yes, so even when you ask questions in class, they wouldn't understand you. One thing you would want to do if you were here and people do not understand what you're saying, speak slowly. It works like magic. Speak slowly. Like if I'm talking in class or talking with some of my Indian friends, I wouldn't be speaking the way I am speaking. Rather, I would speak this way. It is just as simple as that. Pick your words one after the other. So they also would pick your words the way you're saying it. But if I come on strong and fast, note I am a fast talker. Yep. So if I come on with my natural flow, I might have made the full statement, and most likely the only thing they would understand was the first word I had said. They wouldn't understand me in detail, right? They won't understand everything that I have said would not be understandable to them. And truth be told, when they do not understand you, they would either just nod or shake their head like they do understand you. And you think you have communicated. Do not forget, communication has not happened because the receiver doesn't even understand what you said. So message not received. You have not communicated. You have just talked. So language is a really, really big problem here in Indian education. Another thing is, sometimes it's not just the language itself, right? It's not just their local language. When they speak to you, they mix things up. The same way we do in our various countries, maybe on the street when you're talking and you mix English and your local language. You don't get to see that in universities in Nigeria. I schooled in Lagos, so I don't think I ever experienced that, like somebody teaching and mixing with local language. No, it's a very rare occurrence compared to what you have here. Here is like a norm. They speak their local language mixed with English, and because you do not understand the accent with which they're using to speak the English, it sounds like they've spoken their full language. I don't know if you get. So it sounds like they've spoken their full language, but nah, they haven't. They mixed English with it, and we just get lost because we don't know what part was English and what part is actually their local language. Another thing is, not everywhere speaks Hindi. Hindi is like a national language. However, not everybody understands Hindi. So wherever you are, the people might be speaking a different language, Tamil, Telugu, and others, depending on your state. So you might want to even consider that. So if you say you're going to learn the local language, you have to come or read online, find out whatever language they use in that state and learn it if you want to learn it. It gets better. This video is not to discourage you. It does get better. After all, I've been here for 2 years and I am doing well. Glory to God. So it does get better, but for language, for the first time you step into the school and everything, in class, a lot of lecturers would be using the local language, which would just make you get lost. The funny thing is they use the local language and they end up asking you, do you understand in English? It's quite annoying. After a while, you just keep saying yes you do, because even when you say you don't, it becomes a problem because it's not like the lecturer can really explain to you. So here, YouTube is your friend, Google is your friend. Some of your classmates might understand English. You have to put in the extra work. That is what I'm trying to say. You have to put in the extra work. Read books to understand. And it's a thing of when they finish teaching in class, you have to study it immediately, because if you don't, you have a pile of work waiting for you for courses you do not understand, but you just have notes for them. Probably the examples the lecturer was given, the part in English you understand. For me, the part in English I understand, I write it down. It might not make sense at that point, but by the time I go back to study, it starts making sense. It starts coming together. So yeah, language is a really big barrier. If you're watching this video and you are in any part of India, you're a foreigner, do let me know. Is that how it is? I am in the southern part of India. Yes. And I think it's a thing because I have friends from other states, and I think it's a thing around here using the local language, and even for some persons in the north. But I want to hear from you. What has your experience been? What was it like when you first came to India? Did you also face this language issue? Did they understand you when you were talking? Did you understand them when they were talking? Like, did you get this when you talk? They just shake their head like. So I want to know what your experience has been. Alright guys, this is the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for staying on this video. If you still haven't subscribed to my channel, I am begging you with everything I have, please do consider subscribing. We are not quarreling, at all. We are not quarreling. Please do consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Also comment. Thank you. Bye guys.